blame God for dropping the pass in the end zone.
And it wasn't even this is how you do me. This how you do me? Like, come on, at least get your English right if you're going to go after God.
Hey, Ferrall, we're back at Hurley's. Hope you had a great Turkey Day break. Well, no, I did, because Thursday I hit 9 games against the spread. And then Friday and Saturday I went 32 and 18 against the spread in college football. Saturday, 23 and 13. Also on Saturday, hit 7 of my top 10 plays and 11 of my top 15 plays. How's that for making you some cheddar? ScottBeatsTheMan.com rules. Get in on the action. I'm going to have all these dudes do the pros because I keep waking up with a grapefruit in my rectum, but we'll do that on another show. And by the way, if you don't, play my college action, I hope you die. Honestly. Because, how many games do I have to hit before people start counting the money? Honestly. It gets to the point where you're ridiculous, aren't you, after a while for not following my action? College championship week, there's a bunch of great games. Auburn and South Carolina, they're playing that game in Atlanta, and Auburn just doesn't lose. They were down 24-0 to Alabama. Could you believe they came back and won that game?
I thought they were going to win it the whole time. I thought they started off slow, but I had faith in Cam. He hadn't lost to that point. No one could stop him.
Cam Newton is a freak. He said that Auburn would win the game. That was one of the games I got wrong. I got like a handful of games wrong the whole weekend. That was one of the games I got burned on. Vodtech and Florida State, they're playing in Charlotte, and that's the ACC championship. At the beginning of the year, when they lost their first 2 games, I said they would win every single game they played the rest of the way. They've won 10 straight. I say they make it 11.
I say so too. I think Vodtech is on a roll, and they're not going to stop.
Yeah, Florida State's hot. They kick Florida's ass, but Virginia Tech's better than them.
Right, Virginia Tech's good year after year under Beamer. You can't stop them.
Oklahoma and Nebraska for the Big 12 championship at Cowboy Stadium. I think everybody in the world's going to take Nebraska. I'm taking Oklahoma. Everybody laughed at me when I took Oklahoma against Oklahoma State in Stillwater, and the Sooners kicked their ass. Bob Stoops loves big games. He's got the crystal ball hanging over his fireplace. I never bet on a coach like this Gandy guy, or whatever his name is. I've never heard of him, and he's never won anything. Except he got on ESPN because he said, "We're men here. I'm 40 years old." Whatever, douchebag. You couldn't beat Bob Stoops in Oklahoma if you played naked. No, that'd be an interesting game. I'm taking Oklahoma. Anybody going to go the other way with Nebraska? Anybody? You're all going Oklahoma.
Nope. Everyone wants a piece of Nebraska.
Watch Nebraska win by 20. There are a couple more games I wanted to tell you about. Thursday, Arizona State. You got Illinois and Fresno Friday. And Northern Illinois, Miami of Ohio. This is a huge game, but I got to go Northern Illinois. They were my number 1 play on Saturday, and they put up 71 points. This team is ruthless and dangerous. Watch out for them. Take Northern Illinois late at 14. There's tons of great games. Cincinnati, Pitt, West Virginia, Rutgers, UConn, South Florida, USC, UCLA, Washington State, Oregon State. That's about it. Those are the best games in college football. The college football season's over. Bowl season is upon us. So let's talk pro football, shall we? We got Rasul Sani, Rasan Salam, the ball carrier, Rogers. He spent 5 nights in the Ferrall Palatial prison and was released on parole today.
I tried to come back to the city, but you kidnapped me.
Work release, you're on.
I'm on work release.
You got to be back by 1:30.
That's all good.
Lou Pellegrino, Mafioso, that's Brian Ciano, the Mad Hatter, and Shepherd's Pie. I don't want to get all elaborate with all your names. I don't remember them anyway. You got some.
True.
You got some mafia name. What is it?
James Rocco Graceffo.
Jesus Christ. His dad did 20 years for loan sharking. David Shepard.
Yep, Shepherd's Pie, baby.
That's it. All right, let's talk about the games. These are the games we're going to go with this week, and a lot of them really suck. But we'll deal with it. Thursday, Houston and Philly. Boy, I was worried about the Bears with the Eagles. Did I not tell you driving home from karate
the whole time
that the Bears were going to beat the Eagles?
The whole time. You were really worried about
and
the
you
Bears.
had them? And who'd you have in that game?
I had the Eagles.
All right, so did I. It's all right. Who'd you have in that game?
I took the Eagles.
All right, who'd you have in that game?
Took the Eagles.
All right, so shut up. Houston this time going to Philly. I think the number's too big. It's 8.5. I think that's going to be a good game on Thursday night. I'm taking the Texans and the number Eagles to win, but not by much, by a touchdown.
I'm taking the Eagles to win, especially since Houston's not going to have Andre Johnson after the Portland's kicking his ass.
That was a great fight. I love watching him beat Carlos.
Andre Johnson is a G. He's a G. I have a whole new respect for him. He said he was going to whoop the guy's ass, and he
Do
did.
you think he'll get suspended that quick or with a union appeal?
I think he'll get suspended, but I think with the Texans having an outside shot at possibly getting a wild card if they continue to win, I think Andre Johnson will appeal. I think he will play, but I like what Rasan and what you said. I think the Eagles will win, but I think that number's too big.
All right, who do you like?
I like the Eagles. You're not going to get him. You throw punches, you're automatically suspended. Without him, you're losing by double digits.
Shepherd's pie.
Yeah, I think this is a bounce-back game for Vic. I'm taking the Eagles.
All right, let's go. Bears, Lions. These are Sunday games. They're playing in Detroit. It didn't matter. Pats kicked the Lions' ass on Thanksgiving. I don't think that the Lions should be allowed to have Turkey Day games because they haven't won since I was born in 1965. I know they won like 7 or 8 years ago, but they, honest to God, suck so bad. Aren't you sick of watching them on Thanksgiving? I don't know why I put this game on the board, because I want to see Cutler throw 4 TDs against the Lions and kick their ass. I'm taking the Bears.
Taking the Bears, too. Julius Peppers and Israel Donajay, they're just too much on defense.
And Briggs.
And Lance Briggs, too.
He's all over the place. Who do you like?
I'm a little undecided in this game because I like what the Lions showed me the first time they played against the Bears. Granted, different quarterbacks now. I think the Lions have something to prove, but the Bears are just a machine right now. I like the way Cutler's playing, and that defense can't be stopped. I think it's a close one, but I like the Bears.
The Bears' defense is great, but don't be fooled by yesterday. Cutler's not that good. He keeps throwing interceptions. He didn't yesterday.
Are they 8-3?
But that was the first time he hasn't thrown a ton of
They're
interceptions.
first
That's
place.
why. They're going to win, but it's going to be close because when you have Calvin Johnson on the field, he makes it a game.
They're laying only 3.5.
Got a new level of respect for the Bears considering what I saw yesterday. As long as Cutler's consistent, doesn't turn the ball over, doesn't make mistakes, I think it's the Bears.
Yeah, and Shepherd's pie.
Yeah, I mean, Forte with the running game, and I don't ever recall Peppers looking this good. I'm going with the Bears.
All right, let's go to the next game. Broncos and Chiefs. Boy, do the Broncos stink. The Rams handed them a loss on Sunday. The Rams' first road win. I think they both stink. But now the Broncos are going to Kansas City at Arrowhead. And let me see what the line was on that thing. It's 7.5 Chiefs. I'm going to lay it. I like the Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs, too. Dwayne Bowe, 13 touchdowns in 7 games. I mean, the guy's unstoppable. The running game has been strong. I just don't see them losing.
And the Broncos is blow.
The Broncos are terrible. Everybody's going to think, oh, the Broncos, they owe it to them. They owe it to the Chiefs for having themselves blown out at home by the Chiefs a couple of weeks ago. I'm taking the Chiefs. There's no way that Denver goes into Kansas City, into Arrowhead, and wins this game. And the thing that's
They
even
couldn't even
funnier,
win at home.
the thing that's even funnier about the Chiefs, you hear nothing about Matt Castle, which means he's doing a good job. If you hear things about him, it's when he's turning the ball over, throwing picks, and getting sacked. You haven't heard a thing about Matt Castle because he's winning games.
Any chance for Denver?
No, it's revenge time and it's going to be ugly. The coach was pissed off at Denver last time for running it up. They're going to try to do the same thing at home this time.
Yeah, and I think they'll succeed in that.
Broncos are absolutely finished considering what came out with the Spygate tape with McDaniels, the whole bit going on. I mean, they are just absolutely finished. The Chiefs are going to roll in this one.
And Shepherd's pie.
Yeah, McDaniels has lost his mind. I'm going Broncos.
You think he'll get fired?
I hope so.
Corn dog. Redskins and Giants. I love that Jacksonville play at 8 at the Meadowlands on Sunday. I hit it. The Giants won by 4. I covered. I knew the Giants would win that game and get all the bounces and calls and get their way, and then got another win. Everybody thinks they're so awesome. And Justin Tuck's big halftime speech. Oh, I know I was Lombardi. I was so moved. I mean, I was just, when I read about it today, I was just so moved. And all the other stories about Justin that they put in the paper. I mean, does that guy have his own publicist? They don't write about anybody else on that team. I say in this game, though, you got to go Giants. The Redskins suck.
Yeah, you got to go to the Giants. The Redskins really don't have any options on that team as far as putting points on the board. And the Giants were playing terrible in the first half last week, but they still found a way to make their victory. So I'm going with them.
I'm taking the Giants only because the Redskins haven't shown me anything this season. But when you have a game like this, like I said earlier on other editions of Pain Day, you throw records and statistics out the window. I like the Giants, but the Redskins will hang tough with them and they'll make it a game because the Giants tend to play down to their competition. When they do that, they get in trouble. It was a tale of 2 halves last weekend, and the Jacksonville Jaguars had them in the first half. They couldn't put the foot on the throat, and then the Giants miraculously
Yeah, but
came
the
back.
Redskins choked against the Vikings, who, I mean, they both are just pathetic.
Yeah, the Redskins have so many injuries, too. It's just hard to see them doing anything in this game. I still think the Giants, like Lou said, will screw around, just get by, but they will get the win.
Because it happened in the Super Bowl year 2007 in Giant Stadium. The Redskins came in, the Giants were demolishing everybody. The Redskins came in a Snow Bowl type of game, and the Redskins won it.
In a divisional game, Redskins-Giants, I'll never count out Donovan McNabb. I think the Redskins cover at least.
Wow, and who do you like?
I mean, Manningham's playing like an elite type of receiver. I'm going Giants.
All right, so we got to speed it up. We got a few games left here. Raiders, Chargers, in San Diego. No one's stopping the Chargers right now. I'm on the Bolts.
Chargers are way too hot. The Raiders cooled down, so I think the Chargers roll.
Yeah, Miami kicked the Raiders'
Rivers
ass.
is playing out of his mind. They win.
Oakland's been embarrassed twice in a row, and right now they won without Rivers doing anything. That was all the defense, and they're going to do it again against Oakland.
Chargers fit their usual second half stride. I think they're going to roll all the way to December.
And what do you think?
Chargers were 2-5. It shows their resiliency. I'm going San Diego.
Yeah, all right, let's go to the Cowboys and Colts. The only reason I put this on the board was because I think it's easy money. With the Colts the way they played against San Diego, if they don't come out and kick the Cowboys' ass, their season's over. I think they will. I'll take Indy.
I don't know. I think the Cowboys are actually going to win this game. I don't know why. Something's just telling me that the Colts haven't played that well. They got beat up by the Chargers. I really don't think they have any confidence, and I think the Cowboys are looking for a reason to shut everyone up, so they're going to go with a victory.
Yeah, just like they did on Turkey Day.
Hey, it's okay.
Well, they had that game.
They had a good game.
They had that game won, except for a big pass to Devery Henderson or Marcus Colston. I can't remember what receiver, or Lance Moore. Either way, I think the Cowboys come out and win this game because Peyton Manning is making mistakes. He has no one to throw to. Clark is gone. All his weapons are gone. When you're reduced to throwing the ball to Tammy every throw, it's not going well.
What do you like?
I'm taking the Colts. The Cowboys are playing better, but Peyton Manning needs this game. They're tied for first. They're usually 5 games ahead. They need this win. They're going to get it very closely.
I think so.
Totally agree with you. Peyton Manning's coming off a game where he's going to be angry. It's going to be all the Colts.
All right, the 2 biggest games are obvious, and they're great games. They're the games of the week. Sunday night, Steelers and Ravens in Baltimore. And I got to take the Ravens at home over the Steelers. They're only laying 3.
Yeah, I think the Ravens at home are tough. I'm going with them, too.
I'm taking the Ravens. Tough at home.
Ravens are playing great, and Pittsburgh looks like crap in Buffalo.
God, that just made me sick to my stomach. All right, so the Monday Night Football game is in Foxborough at Gillette, and it's going to be a dandy. I mean, this is a game everybody's been waiting for all year. You know, based on how the Jets have been playing and the Patriots, they're 2 of the best teams in football, and here they go, Pats, Jets, Monday Night Football. Are you kidding me? And the Pats are laying 3.5. I say the Pats win at home. If Sanchez plays the way he did on Thanksgiving against the Bengals, then the Patriots will beat him by 10.
I think the way the Jets are playing, there's really no team in the league that can beat them. You know, they're talking a lot of shit before the season, but they get down when you think they're out, and they still find a way to win. So I think it's going to be a close game, but the Jets find a way to get a victory.
Who do you like?
I agree with you. I think just because the game's in Foxborough, I think that gives just a slight edge to the Patriots, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets came out and won the game.
I'm taking the Jets. Their defense and their special teams got it done when the offense wasn't clicking. I am. But you know what? When I took them last time, they got it done. They beat them when they had Randy Moss and had their running backs. Both of them are gone. And now the Jets defense is playing too strong at the corners. Their special teams is getting done. And Sanchez to Holmes is a game winner every time.
I think Holmes is a badass. Who do you like?
I just don't like the way the Jets are playing right now. They haven't played a perfect game yet, and I just feel like the Patriots are gonna lay in wait and just take them out.
Who do you like, Shepherd's Pie?
Jets have been sluggish. I think the Patriots are going to run over them.
Yeah, and let me ask you guys what you thought of, real quickly, the guy on the Bills that dropped the touchdown pass in overtime. What's his name, Steven Johnson?
Steve Johnson.
And what did he say? He blamed it on God?
I believe the quote was, "I praise you 24/7, and this is how you do me. How am I supposed to learn from this? I'll never
How you
forgive
pay
you."
me?
I mean, you know, it takes a lot of balls to talk shit to God.
So if he dies in the next day or 2 or week, like in a car accident or a fire or something like that.
He's already in hell. He's in
He's going
Buffalo.
to hell.
But I
In
mean,
Buffalo.
if he legitimately dies, will that influence your belief in God or not?
I think he should blame the Messiah.
What does Mark Messier have to do with this?
I don't know. All I know is that is great. He blamed God for dropping a pass in overtime in the end zone.
I give him credit though because
Steelers
everybody,
winning it.
whenever somebody does catch a pass or win an award,
They give
I want to
credit.
I want to praise and give honor, you know, and that's all well and good. But
I loved it.
I love the fact
It
that
was
he did
pretty
it.
funny.
I love the fact.
All
that
right,
he did
from
it.
Hurley's in New York City, check out Hurley'sNYC.com. Check out Village Lobster in the Village. Great place to watch sports, eat seafood, drink your balls off. And City Lobster on 49th. And AfflictionClothing.com. Check out the new Affliction store at the Garden State Plaza. And you can meet 34C, my legendary wife, and a character on the Ferrall show. Check her out. She's in the store Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Try not to sleep with her, though. That would be nice. Jose Mangan's wife runs the store. She's cool. Melissa, check her out, too. There's nothing but hotties in that place. I'll see you freaks next time from Hurley's in the Theater District in Times Square, 48th and Broadway, our favorite place to watch sports and get loaded. Until next week, Pain Day out for all the boys. Shake hand. Ooh.